Another Eats Beat Live, the most delicious live stream in the Metroplex. I'm Bud Kennedy.
And Steve Wilson.
The Michelin Guide judges have been to Texas. They came looking for barbecue and found a lot of it. They found a few other restaurants along the way. They weren't some of the restaurants that usually make the top rankings, particularly around Fort Worth and Dallas. There was only one, star-rated restaurant in the air in North Texas. That was in Dallas. But today, our guest is from one of the recommended restaurants in Fort Worth, one that surprised everybody. Welcome, Rogelio Cortez from Birreria y Taqueria Cortez.
Hello, hi guys. Happy to be here. Still, like you said, I'm so.
Rogelio, go ahead. You jumped in the truck because you've been so busy selling tacos today, right?
Yeah, so I was supposed to be home to be able to have more peace with this, but we got kind of hit today and had to do this in the truck real quick with you guys. But so happy to be here with you.
I'm not surprised that you've gotten hit. You know, there is a little bit of a following when you wind up in the Michelin Guide, and everybody wants to come see you and ask what you're doing and how you got to be in the Michelin Guide. And I think there's a great story behind how you got to be in the Michelin Guide and what you knew and didn't know about it. So tell us about your last few days.
So actually, it all started on Saturday. So I didn't even know we were supposed to be on the Michelin Guide. So somebody came and told us, "Hey, little birdie told us that you guys might be recommended on Michelin Guide. Are you guys invited to the ceremony?" I'm like, "What?" So I go out, jump on my emails, type in Michelin, and there you go, all the Michelin emails. And that was my fault. Now I'm checking my email more frequently. And uh, yeah, so I'm pretty bummed all weekend. Said, man, I missed out on an opportunity of a lifetime, really, because it's really one in a million to us. And so pretty bummed. So Monday morning, they sent me another message. Monday morning, which was the day of the ceremony, and they respond, hey, send us. I guess you gotta sign like a waiver, stuff like that, and just so they can use your pictures and upload your stuff. So I go submit everything, and they say they got it. So at night around 7:30, I start watching the ceremony, and there you see our name pop up, and it's just been a dream from there now.
So you were watching at home just like everybody else?
Yeah, so I didn't have time to go to the ceremony since I didn't know about it, but we're supposed to be there.
And is it true now? Your mom, it's your mom's recipes for birria and menudo, is that right? And she lit candles or something. There was You all were kind of hoping that good news would come.
Yeah, so I was at home, my mom was at her house, and I was watching by myself. And then as soon as her name pops up, my dad calls me, "Hey, your mom's going crazy. She's over here lighting up candles. She's about to light the house on fire. She got all her saints all on the table lined up, and get some Irish prayer. Mom's prayer really does work."
Well, we should tell everybody Birreria y Taqueria Cortez is at 287, the Martin Luther King Freeway, and East Rosedale in the Polytechnic Heights neighborhood of Fort Worth. You're a proud product of Polytechnic Heights, right?
Yes, sir. So
And
so happy to bring this to the community over here.
so it's a nice restaurant. The menu is limited. It is birria, and more birria, but this is beef birria served several different ways. So before we go too far, tell people what you serve.
So all we do is just one protein, which is birria, and just to kind of remind everybody, birria is almost like barbecue. You know, there's just different types of. It's just a style of cooking birria. Like barbecue, you have your barbecue chicken, your barbecue ribs, you know, and birria, you can actually have birria chicken, birria pork, birria beef, goat. You know, it's just really a style of cooking and just the way you cook it. So here we specialize in beef birria, but we do serve it in different options. We have the birria pizza, tacos, which are the most famous for uh, tortas, quesadilla, the sampler. We have the taquitos, the flautas, which is like a rolled up taquito and deep fried. We have the consomme, which is the broth where the meat was cooked in. But birria, all we do is birria. We call us the birria experts.
But they're all birria all the time.
Yes, the same protein all the time, same birria. We cook it
What
in a
uh,
big batch and just throw in different options.
what is special about this? Is birria from Jalisco? Is that right?
Yes, it's a Jalisco style.
What is special about the birria from Jalisco, and what's different about you from somewhere like we had a owner of Chalio on not long ago. Anthony Bourdain did a show about his birria. What's different with the birria from Jalisco and your family's birria?
So I would say it's different, maybe, but it's just our birria is different. Our birria is really it came from my grandma's, and my mom learned it, and she like pretty much mastered it. Um, but we do it shredded. Everybody else, I feel like shredded gets more flavor of that sauce because the birria sauce, it's actually a sauce. So that sauce gets on all the meat better, and I feel like that makes us different. And our meat is clean. We don't use all the fat and all that stuff. If you see our meat is like super clean and quality meat.
It's all beef only. It's not lamb or the other.
No, it's all beef only.
All beef. What? So what's it been like today? What's it been like since the award? Tell me what life's been like.
So pretty busy since Tuesday. I hosted a meeting with all the team, just get everybody prepared to what's coming. And yesterday was our first day opening our doors, and it was pretty good turnout. And today is just, I feel like it's gradually getting bigger and bigger. I feel like today is
Steve,
busier than yesterday.
Steve, the other winners were all barbecue.
Yes, I'm at. Although birria, it's kind of barbecue-ish. I find it on kind of a lot of the barbecue places are doing it now.
What?
But you have so many different varieties. I know we had like looks like some sort of slider with birria
Birria
on
sliders.
it. Yeah, and then of course the pizza. They're using it also. Have you tried ramen yet? That's another thing that they've been using. That's
Birria
been,
ramen.
yeah, that's been pretty popular now. Looks like you have so many different variations. That might be something.
I hear the birria. I hear recommendations about the birria pizza. I've actually dropped in once and it was too busy. This was before the Michelin Guide. I dropped in once and it was so busy. I went on, but it's like I'm looking forward to coming back when this dies down now to have a birria pizza.
And this used to be a food truck first. Is that how this started?
Yeah, well, you started 4 years ago as a truck.
Yeah, we actually started officially a business as a truck, but before that, we were selling from home on Sundays just to make ends meet with me because I had got injured at work and got kind of laid off because of it. And so I started with my mom selling food at the house, and my brothers all would help out, and that kind of created a promotion itself. It looked like church Sundays at my down the street. So from there, we got the food truck, and it's really been a hit ever since.
You still run the truck too?
What were the other options to make ends meet? I think it seems to have worked out pretty well.
God knows. God knows. I mean, I tried that, and that worked, and thankfully I didn't try nothing else, and food was our niche, I guess, what helped out. And now
Rogelio,
the whole family.
had you always been doing any cooking, or was this just something that your mother and grandmother have taught?
We're always been foodies. We're always cooking. In all our gatherings, we're always cooking. And my mom always had a fame of being a good cook. But we all cook. All my brothers and sisters, we're pretty good in the kitchen. Well, that's like a passion to us. We love doing it.
And talk about the birria phenomenon, because you remember growing up here that there weren't a lot of birria places. There was one on North Main, I remember, and maybe one on Hemp Hill. But I mean, birria is fairly new as far as picking up the excitement.
Yeah, so I feel like we might have played a big part in bringing that over here, especially to Texas. Because I know there was like birria places, but not the style like how we do it in tacos and stuff. Usually that was more like of a plating. You eat more traditional. And now this is like, it's different. So I feel like our birria is like special for birria tacos. So that's why like everybody really loves it. But of course, it's still delicious no matter eating a traditional way or any way.
Yeah, and they're called. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I was saying that I feel like we did play a big part bringing that birria phenomenon over here.
It looks like you're popular.
He's tapping his text messages is what he's
Yeah,
tapping.
no, they keep calling. Let me
Yeah.
put that on.
He's declining. He's declining
Yeah,
calls on
I'm
his text
declining
Yeah.
calls.
messages. I
Yeah,
know
my
what he's
phone's
doing.
going crazy. I'm so sorry.
That's really funny, Steve. The other restaurant. We should mention the other restaurants honored in the Michelin Guide. Goldie's won a Bib Gourmand Award, which is like the nicest of the good value awards. They weren't one of the four restaurant. There were four barbecue restaurants that won actually Michelin stars at Austin and Houston. Goldie's was the top ranked in this part of the state, along with Cadillac. And so Goldie's south of Kennedale won a Bib Gourmand. That's on Dick Price Road, south of Kennedale. And then Panther City, not far away from Birreria y Taqueria Cortez. Panther City Barbecue also was recommended. And of course, Panther City Barbecue, I actually had their birria last weekend. They have a birria guisada that is made with their prime brisket. It's a prime brisket birria. And my gosh, that was fantastic to have that. So it's top drawer. So Panther City does a good job with both barbecue and birria. And then also recommended was Smoke and Ash in Arlington, the restaurant that serves both Texas barbecue and Ethiopian barbecue. So those are the restaurants recommended from the Fort Worth area. None of the top drawer, none of the fine dining. I got a message from one of our restaurateurs, Steve, who said, "I wonder if Michelin really came to any restaurants in Fort Worth because they picked some of the usual suspects in barbecue, but we know that they came to Birreria Taqueria Cortez."
Yes, I was when I think of Michelin, I never have thought about looking there for barbecue recommendations. So that was a kind of surprise. That they're starting to cover that type of food.
Well, Rogelio, let's talk about other restaurants you like in the food industry in Fort Worth. And where did you like to go out and eat before you had your own restaurant? What do you like about restaurants in Fort Worth?
Well, to be honest, bud, I didn't really go out too much. I didn't really have the money to be out there like that too much. But I did like going to. I mean, to us, Olive Garden was a top tier. It was like a birthday celebration, and it's nothing compared to anything good. But that's what we could afford. And growing up, we didn't really have much. My mom always tells a story about how she would struggle to buy my sister a banana, and um, but I mean, there's a lot of good places here. Now I go to. I like this place called Clear for called Mesero. I feel like the quality is really good, and I love their service there.
Macero is very good. It's one of the best of the Tex-Mex restaurants. It's the
Yeah.
third generation of the Rodriguez that started Mia's, and then Mi Cocina, and then Macero. So that's those are all that's kind of the family tree of restaurants there. Uh,
Yeah.
where else do you like to go in Polytechnic or on the east side?
Oh, I like to hit the taco joints for sure. I know Poly here is really known for all their taco spots and the food trucks and stuff. I like this place called Ortiz down the street. It's a good friend of mine. They have a really good pastor. Um, Guajardo's in Northside, Demos. I'm really just a big taco guy, so I like eating a good taco.
I've been to Guajardo's. I've never been to Ortiz, but I'm always looking for a good pastor.
Oh yeah,
So
Ortiz
that's good.
has one of I like that's got to be some of my favorite trompo.
Oh, see, this all sounds really good. Your love for the business just comes through in the stories. Your love for the birria that you serve and the food you're serving, and your love for the people you serve, all really comes through. You grew up in Fort Worth, right? You've been around Fort Worth all along.
Yeah, I was born and raised here in Poly. I went to D. McGray High School. I mean, elementary school, William James Middle School, and then Poly graduate.
Another
Born.
Another big Poly restaurant success, Steve,
Yeah.
like Derek from over at Smokealicious, the Smokeaholic. Another great Poly success. Uh, as far as what's new in restaurants this week, we usually kind of talk about what's new and open. There are three kind of new restaurants that you need to put on your where to go now list. One is Boca, the Italian restaurant on South Main on the south side. The owners grew up in the valley, and then they moved to. They were in Italy a lot with relatives, and they came back and opened their first Italian restaurant in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And so this is their second restaurant. It's a really interesting, really authentic Italian restaurants. So we have Boca on South Main, kind of behind the alley, behind Emporium Pies. Uh, then there is the reopening of Flying Carpet, the Turkish restaurant on the south side that has been closed after they had a kitchen fire for a year or two. They're opening with a new chef, new operator, new menu, new business in Flying Carpet. And then the other restaurant I think people are talking about is La Cabrona on Artisan Circle, which is the area that used to be called Crockett Row. And so La Cabrona is next to Sea Tapas, and it has a really busy margarita bar, has an all-you-can-eat brunch on Sunday, and a really busy interior Mexico menu. So those are kind of the what's people always ask Steve, what's new, where to go? Those are kind of the what's new, where to go now. Steve, you have any other questions for Rogelio?
Is the your food truck also operating still?
Yeah, so I operate that as a drive-through now.
Mhm.
So it's like you pull around the trailer, somebody goes to your car, take your order, and then take your order back once it's ready. So it's a drive-through.
Okay.
What are the hours for the restaurant, and what are the hours for the truck?
So the restaurant, I'm here 9 to 10, Wednesday through Saturday, but Sunday I'm open from 9 to 8. I close 2 hours early on Sunday. And then food truck is open 11 to 8, except for the weekend, 11 to 9.
What are you going to do now if business stays busy, as people keep coming to see you? What are your plans to grow or expand?
For sure, grow and just see where God leads us. But for sure, I want to expand into the Arlington, Dallas area because I feel like we have a lot of customers, and we do, that come from out there. And just they say there's nothing like that over there, like flavor wise. There's nothing like that I can find over there, and the consistency that we always have and everything.
What did you say when your name popped up on the screen Monday night?
Oh my God, 3 words. Oh my God.
Well, congratulations. It's great to see a hardworking, little Fort Worth restaurant have such success on a big scale.
Okay.
And you'll draw more people. And the fact that people come to see you, they'll go to the Don Artemio's, they'll go to all the other restaurants in town too. They'll want to try everything that we have, and including Birreria y Taqueria Cortez. Rogelio Cortez has been our guest. And until next time on Eat Speed Live, I'm Bud Kennedy.
And Steve Wilson.
And Rogelio Cortez,